All right, thank you, Nick. Well, if you're looking for some new places to eat, we have a guest to help you find the best spots to try out in the metro. Kansas City Magazine has the list.
Yeah, that is right. So we're joined by the editor-in-chief, Martin Szymar. So, Martin, thanks so much for joining us this morning. What's the focus of this month's issue?
You know, we tend to do a food issue every December, and this year we wanted to do best new restaurants, and we define new as anything that opened since the pandemic started, so that we can really celebrate a lot of these places that maybe haven't had as much attention as they would have if everybody was going out like normal.
Okay, so one of these new restaurants is called Town and Company. The chefs are from Portland, I understand. What makes this spot so unique?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things. So it's in the Hotel Kansas City, which opened. They moved out here from Portland right as the pandemic was starting, like a week before the pandemic started in March 2020. So Johnny and Helen, a big part of their focus is all these little micro farms, places I didn't even know existed, and they're just rattling them off and talking about the things that they can get there. Johnny told me that there's no real concept to the restaurant. It's we get the food that we want to get from people we want to work with, and then we cook it. And they cook over live fire. They have Missouri white oak and a giant grill in the back that they cook on. And, you know, it's just something different every time you come in, always locally focused. And they're really as good as it gets. They've both worked in Michelin-starred kitchens in New York. So they're great at making food.
Wow, sounds fabulous.
That does sound good. Another one I understand you're going to feature, Clay and Fire. Turkish-based with a very interesting backstory. Martin, what can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, this is another one that the pandemic really influenced. So Brent Gunnels is a really talented local chef. He has been running a pizza pop-up, and he worked at some other great restaurants in town. And he was doing this pop-up in his backyard in the West Side neighborhood. He has an old brick house, and you would come and you would bring an ingredient, and he would make pizza for you, and you'd bring wine, and it was this wonderful thing. Well, right up the street, there was this restaurant space, and they were going to have a chef come in from Ankara, which is the capital of Turkey, to run this. But when the pandemic hit, obviously that chef got stuck in Turkey. And so they went down the hill and they said, hey, Brent, do you think you can figure this out? And he's a talented chef. So they had him learning via Skyping with the chef in Ankara to learn these recipes and figure out how to make this Turkish food. I've been to Turkey. My brother-in-law's Turkish, and I will tell you this is excellent Turkish food that I think will delight pretty much anybody.
Wow.
Very
cool.
Is
that West Side
awesome.
neighborhood is really cool, by the way.
You were just talking about that this morning.
Yes. Really cool.
Okay, so Martin, last one, the Jamaican and Nigerian restaurant that made the list, and it's run by a woman who used to work at a Marshall's.
Yeah, well, she used to actually be like a senior person at Marshall. She was like a big shot corporate executive type at Marshall's. Her name's Tan Yarborough, and she's from the Crown Heights neighborhood of Brooklyn, which is like the famous neighborhood where if you want Jamaican food, you go to Crown Heights. That's where you get Jamaican food. And she's from there, and her husband's Nigerian, and she just at a certain point decided she was kind of tired of, you know, the whole corporate grind. And so she opened this restaurant. It's at 63rd and Troost, and it's really comfortable. It's, you know, a lot of Jamaican restaurants are mostly kind of for the Jamaican expat community, and you can tell that she's really trying to create something that anybody in the entire city could go in there and be really, really comfortable. And she can introduce you to this cuisine. You know, she really believes in it. She has this curry goat. Curry goat is like a big thing in Jamaican cuisine, and but there weren't a lot of people that were trying it. So she would make it every Friday, and she would bring like a little sample around to everybody with whatever they ordered, and she would give them this and say, "Try this." And she said most of those people the next time they came in asked about that curry goat.
That's what they ordered.
That's awesome.
That's great marketing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
You can check out more of this in the latest issue of KC Magazine. It is available now. You can also head to our website at fox4kc.com.
All right, keep it here.